Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News, brought to you by Cutting to the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I am Ben, and as always I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
Hey. Hello. This is our spin-off show to Cutting to the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, which you can follow on Facebook at that name, Cutting to the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, on YouTube as Apocalypse Bull, or on most podcasting platforms as Cutting to the Bull in the PTA. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, give us a nice comment, message the page, I don't care. Communicate, reach out to us, be nice. Right, this is our, like I say, this is our sister show. It's called Weird News, and this is where we find the weirdest stuff on the internet that we can find this week and present it to you in an easy one after the other list style format. It's called Weird News. Let's do it. European leaders blame sabotage as gas pours into the Baltic from the Nord Stream pipelines. Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah.
It's not so much weird news, but certainly current.
I've heard rumours it could be the Americans.
I've heard the same ones.
Yeah.
It could be Russians, it could be Americans. Everyone's up in arms at the minute, doesn't know who it is. But something definitely happened.
Well, it's gas.
Gas, yeah. From an undersea pipeline. Piped from Russia. Sabotage is the most likely cause of leaks in two Baltic Sea gas pipelines between Russia and Europe, European leaders have said, after seismologists reported explosions around them. A seismograph on the Danish island of Bornholm, near where the leaks occurred, twice recorded spikes on Monday, the day on which the Nord Stream 1 and 2 gas pipelines underwent dramatic falls in pressure, the German Geological Research Centre GFZ said. A Danish military flight over the leaks brought back striking images from the ruptures, including one showing an area of bubbling gas a kilometre wide on the sea's surface. Not good environmentally.
Of course not.
Oh, I just keep on thinking about flicking a fag into it or
Yeah,
a live flame.
just like sitting back on a helicopter and just tossing the end of your joint into it and what. Claire, you just kill the atmosphere over Europe, probably.
Oh God, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. And I wonder why my child's using a lighter and a
Do you know what
aerosol.
though? It's probably the safest way to allow it to burn itself off though.
See, I'm safe.
It's not been cut off yet.
No,
What?
but the flame won't be able to penetrate the...
Well, it could. The flame could actually
Water.
backfire and go all the way back down. And
Into the water, Ben. Really?
I don't know.
Mike?
Don't know.
I don't
No.
think it could go through the water flame.
No, it wouldn't.
It would burn on the top, wouldn't
It
it?
Yeah.
Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen described them as deliberate acts, adding, "We are not talking about an accident," to quote him. The US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has spoken to Danish Foreign Minister Jeppe Kofod about the apparent sabotage. And the United States remains united with our allies and partners in our commitment to promoting European energy security. And Joe Biden today said that he will defend NATO, whatever.
You say anything, he will.
Days after Putin made
They've got to
remarks
say
about
that, haven't they?
launching a nuclear attack, Biden says, "We will defend our NATO allies." Interesting, if Ukraine gets fast-tracked into NATO, then all of Europe pretty much goes to war, apart from France, maybe. That's not a slur on the French, they have the right to choose. It's one of the little special agreements they have.
We're in dangerous times. Very dangerous. Especially with a nuke now.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway, the North Sea pipelines have been sabotaged. Was it the Americans who are probably itching for a fight? I don't mean any disrespect by that. Just that your country's ruled, like ours is, by a military-industrial complex.
Yep.
That has had 20 years of non-stop war and decides, I wouldn't mind a bit more of that for profit. And it's the biggie now, isn't it? Before the Middle East, we're back to Russia.
Yeah.
So all that nostalgia coming back. Oh, Russians.
Yeah. Could have been the Russians that did it.
Could have been the Russians
They're
that
gonna
did
lose
it.
a lot of money.
I was going to examine that in a second. Could have been the Russians that did it.
They're going to lose a lot of money.
They would, but he's selling gas to other countries, so it's energy starvation, isn't it?
Yeah, but he does also need the money for the war, doesn't he? So it's like cutting your, nose off to spite your face, isn't it?
It is, but at the same time, he's also willing to launch a nuke onto a neighbouring country that the radiation backlash would affect his.
And he knows that if the European Union can't get the gas from him, they're fucked. I mean, we're okay. We get it from Norway. Yeah. Sorry, Claire. Go on.
Well, yeah, you said cutting your nose off to spite your face. If he cuts that, everybody's life, quality of life goes down, doesn't it?
Oh, there's going to be possible revolutions in the West, isn't there?
Mm.
Well, let's face it. If your internet went off for 3 days, you'd be pissed off, wouldn't you? You'd be on the streets, probably. I would.
I'd be bold.
Where the fuck's my internet gone? Now it's like, where's my gas gone? Yeah. I can't cook food anymore.
Yeah. Oh, the trees would soon suffer then, wouldn't they? Everyone would be like,
Yeah, jacket potatoes. Well, potato sales would go through the roof.
Glad I've got an electric cooker.
But, whenever you've got a gas-fired power station, they're gone. Yeah. It's all contributes to the grid.
Yeah, we'll be chopping them trees out down at the back of your bloody yard and having barbecues and shit.
Like I say, dangerous times, and it could escalate.
Yep.
It could. There's potential for it too. I don't personally think it will.
I'm glad you.
I'm quite confident. I am, because I think that the minute you drop one of them, your profit goes, because there's nothing left. And the most that these people like most is money.
You never said you don't think there's going to be a nuke. You said you don't think it's going to escalate.
I don't think it's going to escalate to a nuclear war.
But do you think it could escalate to a NATO versus Russia war?
Yes, conventional war, yeah.
Well, that's dangerous, isn't it?
It is dangerous, because that's the second NATO crossed into Russian soil. That's when I think he'd drop the nuke.
I don't think he'd drop the nuke.
I think he would if they invaded Russia.
Going to drop the nuke.
I think people underestimate how fucking messed up Putin is. I don't think he gives a fuck. I really don't think he gives a fuck. If he drops a nuke, he doesn't give a shit, because I think he's dying anyway. He knows he's fucked. Whatever happens, he's got no good outcome from this. He's fucked either way. I don't think he cares.
But he's put in power by the oligarchs who like money. And the second anyone drops a nuke, that money stops being worth anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they've got their fail-safes, haven't they?
They have, but they can't eat money.
No.
All them billions in their bank account means zilch the second we got a nuclear war.
Yeah, everything would just crumble.
They might come out of that bunker, but no one else is going to be around to make the money for them. And that's why there won't ever be a nuclear war.
Well, we'll see, won't we? Moving on.
Yes.
Please.
NASA DART mission spacecraft slams into asteroid in first ever planetary defence effort.
I love it.
Yep.
And it didn't even involve Bruce Willis and a ragtag team of drillers.
I heard this on the radio the other day, this piece of news, and it says the first time we could actually knock something off track, and I was like, well, what about all the films about it? We couldn't even actually do it. We've got the films about it. What the fuck? Sort of blew my mind a little bit.
Yeah, it was just a theory at that point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember
We could actually do
Armageddon and Deep Impact were like 1998 and 1999 respectively.
Yeah.
They're old movies now. Shit's come on.
Yeah.
That was probably the push for the scientists to go, actually, that's a fucking good idea.
Yeah, it probably was something. What it probably was, because I know Deep Impact worked closely with NASA. Sorry, not Deep Impact. Armageddon worked closely with NASA on that movie to get the training grounds and all that and all the kit. So you think, well, NASA might have given NASA that push to go, you know what?
They got something here.
This is a possibility. This could happen. We're scanning the sky, but we can't see enough of it, and we need something to use if this does happen. Who knows? Thanks, Bruce Willis.
NASA's Double Asteroid Redirection Test spacecraft, or DART, slammed into the asteroid Dimorphos at 14,400 miles per hour to test whether the impact can alter the asteroid's orbit. A faint grey smudge in the DART spacecraft's camera. Just minutes early, Dimorphos grew to become a huge grey-scale dragon's egg, studded with boulders as the spacecraft drew close in the moments before impact.
Oh, I used to be just seeing that fucking speck in space and then watching it just get closer and closer to the camera until the static goes off.
Yeah.
I might go and watch that video after, if it's available.
Yeah, the space agency hopes that spacecraft like DART could one day divert asteroids that threaten Earth.
Can I just say that's a really cool fucking acronym as well? The Double Asteroid Redirection Test, DART. That's not bad.
Do you
Why
think
is it double asteroid?
Good question.
Because if it wasn't double asteroid,
Wouldn't
it
be
would
dart.
have spelt dart.
Yeah.
I reckon
It'll be
they,
short.
I reckon they probably went with dart and then said, right, what can we make out of that word?
Yeah.
Either way, it's cool.
DART was a golf cart sized spacecraft travelling faster than a bullet. It managed to hit it.
It launched in November last year.
Wow.
And travelled 6.8 million miles from Earth.
Yep.
Wow.
Pretty impressive.
I just point out that literally describes an engineering marvel. Let's not get over that. It's launched from Earth when? What was the year again?
November last year.
Yeah.
November 2021.
Yeah.
It's travelled 6.8 million miles, hit the target, and knocked it off course,
Yeah.
potentially. Now, changed its orbit.
It's a hell
Didn't
of
knock it off course, it wasn't coming for us, but it's changed its orbit. That's incredible.
it's a hell of a snooker play, isn't it?
If Prince of the Planet Potters,
Yeah.
Boys from the Dwarf. That's mental. So the problem is that have we got another one ready to go? Should we find one that's on target for us in a month's time, or a week's time, or
They always
even
build two, don't they?
or even 2 days?
They always build
It's
two.
a big. It's a quote Billy Bob Thornton in Armageddon. It's a big ass sky, and we can only scan like 3% of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'd imagine that percentage has gone up more in the last 20 odd years.
I still think it's pretty low, yeah.
It's still a big sky out there.
Obviously the bigger things are easy to spot, thankfully.
Thankfully, but there could be something headed towards us right now, and would they ever tell us? Probably not.
How big has it got to be for extinction level for us? do you think?
Ooh, God. It's got to be a few miles across at least, hasn't it? Easy. Because remember, it's going to hit at such
A
velocity.
few miles, that's massive.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
know,
that's what I
don't know.
mean.
How big was the one that wiped out
The dinosaurs.
dinosaurs? Isn't that crater about a mile across?
Yeah, that crater's like 60 miles across.
No.
60 miles across, you can walk round it, can't you?
No, not the one in the sea underneath it. That's the
that
one.
one maybe, yeah.
Not the one that you're thinking of, with the gift shop next to it, on the
Like
one that
if-
actually killed the dinosaurs, hit off the coast of
It did,
Mexico.
didn't it?
Oh,
Half
The crater's there.
off the coast. It's massive, yeah. Yeah, well, let's hope we can do something about it.
Yeah, because Bruce Willis ain't getting any younger.
Yeah. Moving on. Mum spent 3 days in hospital after dog pooed in her mouth while she was asleep.
Gutting. Absolutely gutting. You had a bird shit on your head.
Yeah, that's lucky, innit?
Is it?
They say it is.
They say it is. I don't think it is. Bird shit on my head. This is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
This is like a million times above it.
So Amanda Gomo, 51, was taking an afternoon nap with Chihuahua Belle when the unwell pooch had violent diarrhea explosion in her face.
Oh.
The mum of 3, who had been resting with her mouth open, was left needing hospital treatment after contracting a gastrointestinal infection in the messy incident. Oh, nasty. Amanda said, I suddenly felt something squirt into the mouth and I rushed to the bathroom and my son was in the shower, so before I washed it out, I had time to take a quick snap.
Hey!
Oh my god.
There isn't going to be a snap of it, is there?
No, just
Oh,
God!
Oh, why would you
Got
take a
liquid
quick
shit
Why?
over her face.
Why would you do it? You're
Why
right.
would you do it instead
Why
of
would you do
send it
it?
to the newspaper? Everyone's seen dog shit on her
Because
face.
you can't pay an electricity bill and they're paying you like 300 quid. Probably for this.
Ain't worth it.
This is getting more disturbing. After displaying the same symptoms as her pup, Amanda rang 111, who sent an ambulance. Why would you send an ambulance for that?
Well, because
She's got
dog shit in her mouth.
a massive gastrointestinal problem brewing.
And the pup had been diagnosed with a stomach bug and placed antibiotics, so it's passed away now, isn't it?
Yeah. directly.
She was prescribed painkillers for her stomach cramps and instructed to drink lots of water, flush out any potential infection.
It's not life-threatening though.
Carry on after the visit.
Amanda's mum called 999 and Amanda was taken by blue sirens to the
After the visit, her symptoms became progressively worse, and 48 hours later, Amanda's cramps spread all over her body.
Okay, Amanda's mum called 999 and Amanda was taken by blue sirens to the Bristol Royal Infirmary and immediately hooked up to a drip.
For overseas listeners, when you're taken to hospital with blue sirens, that means it's serious.
Yeah.
The traffic pulls to the side and the ambulance goes through.
Because she'd lost loads of liquid, she needed to stay in hospital for 3 days. From the moment I got ill to when I was put on the drip, I couldn't eat a thing. The cramps got worse and worse until I could feel them all over my body, even in my legs, she
Poor
said.
bugger.
Oh, crikey.
How unfortunate.
Her kidneys had shriveled to half their size.
Oh dear. Let's have a look at her shitty face again.
Oh! You can go and check this out. This is from the Daily Star.
If you really want to.
If you really want to go and look. I love how she's had photos taken in the hospital bed. If I was in my hospital bed and saw like a picture, I'd be really pissed off. Is this the culture we live in nowadays? It is though, isn't it? That's the problem.
Why would you tell the paper
What?
this?
I wouldn't tell the paper this.
I wouldn't tell the paper.
And I certainly wouldn't have someone taking me picture while I'm lying in a hospital bed with an oxygen tube up my nose. And, oh yeah, prayers to me mama, me dog shit in her mouth. I mean, come on, who has the picture? Who has the picture?
That's the bit. Why wouldn't you just be like...
That's what got me.
The smell of it would make you like...
That's what got me though, is the fact that she took a fucking selfie of it. Like,
Terrible.
are you shitting me?
These
Are you
the times
kidding
we
me?
live in.
That's crazy.
Let's get away from that. I think I feel sick.
A new meaning to the expression getting shit-faced.
Yeah.
Exactly. It couldn't happen with Max. There's no way he could squat over me head while I was asleep.
Oh, imagine if he did have explosive diarrhea in your face.
Oh, like a co-part.
For the listener, Ben's got a giant dog. A mini horse.
He's not a mini, he's a Rottweiler cross with a dog de Bordeaux.
He's about 10.5 stone.
At least 10.5 stone.
Fucking huge.
And he has to use nappy sacks as poo packs.
That's about £160 in American.
Yeah, it is. Something like that.
About £150, £160.
Anyway, next news, enough about Max, even though he's beautiful if you listen to Max. Love you.
A little too
Why is
much.
the dog listening?
He might be, I don't know. He's my boy. Scientists create dangerous AI-powered laser turret with sole task to kill cockroaches.
Oh yeah. This reminds me of
Starship Troopers.
a little bit. Mini Starship Troopers, yeah. No, it reminds me of that episode in Love, Death and Robots when they're trying to get rid of the rats.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's it called now?
Scorpion with a laser.
That's right, it's got the scorpion drone with a laser tail.
It's killing all rats.
The unusual research has led to an exciting new invention which could make pest control more efficient and humane in the future, but it won't be available for home use just yet. Scientists at Scottish University here at Watt have created a bug zapping machine which can detect cockroaches and other insects. The machine, developed by head researcher Ildar Rakhmatulin, uses powerful computers and machine learning which automatically kills unwanted creepy crawlers. Rakhmatulin told Vice, "I started using a Jetson Nano, a small computer that learns algorithms. That allow me to use deep learning technologies with higher accuracy to detect an object." So the military are having that first then, aren't they? Because if they can spot a cockroach from a fucking flying AC-130, they're going to bomb the shit out of it. You know, just throwing that out there. Yeah. The computer uses 2 cameras to find the cockroach's position before sending the information to another machine that measures electric current, which moves a laser to shoot the target. The laser was used at different levels of power. When it was at a lower level, the team found the shock deterred cockroaches from going into a certain area, with hopes that in the future it could be used to ensure certain spaces are always bug-free.
Yep. Without poisons and things.
Yeah, that's good.
Use them up with shock and they... I haven't that.
they fuck off.
Around the kitchen
Yeah.
areas, yeah.
Yeah. At the higher level of power, the critters would unsurprisingly perish. So if you can create a laser strong enough to pinpoint a cockroach and kill it, let's say you can scale that up and all of a sudden you've got quite an effective weapon on your hands, haven't you?
Well, let's hurry up and develop it and fucking aim it at Putin.
Amazingly, this brand new technology is extremely affordable, with each unit costing around $250, while being more portable than current available pest controlling devices, and it could be a help to provide a much more efficient alternative to mechanical traps and could end the use of bug killing chemicals.
We don't get many cockroaches over here, do we?
No, we don't, to be fair.
I only see them when I'm in Spain and, like, you know.
We do have them though, don't we?
We do have them.
I've watched Life of Grime. You know, I used to watch that.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to watch that. Fatbergs down the
Oh, sewers.
down the sewers.
Oh.
Lovely.
But this is a good thing.
Well, it is, and it
The
isn't.
insect doesn't die.
No, it doesn't die in this. In the pest control thing, it doesn't die. But when you
Oh, I
can,
don't have mine set up to perish. Why not? You don't want them coming back or laying their eggs, you know.
But then you've got rotting corpses of cockroaches everywhere.
now you'd have an app on your phone that'll tell you where it shot it. Probably provide you a live uplink to the
Yeah.
corpse,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
where is it?
Yeah, with a GPS thing in your head on your phone, wouldn't it?
It's that antenna twitching.
Yeah.
I just think the low power's enough.
I personally think
alright.
that if you scale it up, that's really bad because now you can
Fry 'em all!
you could pinpoint a cockroach or a plane with an upscaled laser, so you could definitely pinpoint one individual person.
Putin.
Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Don't kill him.
No, the film. He's in the film.
Yeah.
The project at the end, they're going to have all the satellites are actually there to kill people who protest against Hydra, taking over the world, and they're going to be individually locked onto a target. It's just that. If an upscaled satellite version can hit a cockroach, you can hit a person, can't it?
Yep.
All of a sudden, boom, Jeremy Corbyn's gone. For Mike, there you go. He's gone, he's not opponent.
Yay.
It's just vaporised by a laser from space.
You're calling Jeremy Corbyn a cockroach?
No! I'm saying that, if they wanted to...
There are similarities.
Oh! He'd have you for libel, sir, or slander.
Kick him in the nuts.
That would be
Greasy old
assault.
bloke.
And that would be assault.
I mean, it is frightening, you're right, yeah. I mean, in the wrong hands.
When you
Technology is, isn't it?
escalate it,
Yeah, of course.
it's bad.
But for deterring cockroaches, it's good.
But where'd they go? They went to someone else's house without the lasers.
Whatever.
Who gives a shit about someone else's house? I don't.
Love thy neighbour, Pete.
Well, that's why I was turning mine on high.
You just kill them outright.
Nah, man. Send them next door. Not a problem.
They're probably coming from next door.
What if they just end up in a buffer zone between two laser sites? They're just going in between, back and forth through the walls.
No, we're stuck in the purgatory forever. No.
Then they get little cockroach Moses who figures out a way to block the lasers with using a little stone tablet. Before you know it, they set his people free. Oh,
Should we move on?
yeah. Before you know, the cockroaches are taking over the powerful organised religion.
I might tip the rats.
Oof.
Rat bites sleeping toddler on his face, leaving horror movie scene in bedroom.
Well, that doesn't look so horrific for the picture.
Well,
I mean, it's not good that he's been attacked by a rat, but there are...
The face bleeds like fuck.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. It's...
a 2-year-old boy was attacked by a rat while sleeping in his bed in Liverpool, leaving blood all over his pillow. His mum, who was breastfeeding a newborn baby at the time, suddenly heard screams coming from another room and rushed to see what was happening. She was told that she walked on a scene from a horror movie with her son covered in blood and wasn't sure what was happening until she saw the rat scurry away.
That's pretty shocking in
Yeah.
modern day Britain. Mind you,
They're everywhere. aren't
you always get one or two a year. It's the same as dingoes eating a baby, isn't it?
I don't know.
Not
I
in this
can't remember the
country.
last time I saw a rat in my house, to be fair. Rats will go in your house if you live in a shithole. End of.
I saw a rat at work in the yard the other day, scurried across the road between two pallets.
I like rats.
I fucking hate it. Ever since I read The Rats by James Herbert.
No qualms with rats. They're lovely little creatures. Keep themselves to themselves. Keep your houses fucking tidy, and they won't be a problem around your house. Then you will never have a problem with rats. End of.
And don't drop food on the floor.
If you're a scutter, then you're going to have rats. It's simple.
Well, the boy was rushed to Alder Hay Children's Hospital, having been bitten in the face by a rat, with fears he could pick up an infection.
Yeah.
Feral rat. Patient referred to plastic surgeons and infection diseases.
Well, thankfully, the child's now recovering from his injuries. He did not require plastic surgery and is clear of any potential diseases.
He had a few little slits on his face. But
Yeah.
even those few little slits, especially as a 2-year-old lying in, you would be horrified as a parent going in and seeing your blood, your toddler rolling around in blood, screaming.
With a rat on its face.
Well, you wouldn't have seen the rat at first.
So the rat
but
scurrying away.
either way, you'd be in fucking shock instantly as a parent.
Horrific, innit?
Yeah.
Once you realised what it was, you'd probably calm down a bit.
No, I would have been, oh shit, it's the rats! You know, in that book, a bunch of rats massacre a baby.
See, my kids have been bitten by rats loads of times. Like
Pet rats,
Pet
not
rats.
feral rats.
No, but I understand what
Just-
their bites are like.
On an average day up to the tip.
No, I understand what their bites are like, and honestly, they only have to fucking nip you, especially kids' skin. Very, very, very soft. You might find that rat didn't even bite that baby. That rat was more than likely testing it, because they test to see if it's food.
Test the flesh.
Because they always bite my fingers and that, my rats do, but they never pierce my skin. But they'll do this because they test it and like lick the salt off your fingers. So as a baby, guaranteed it'll have been crying within the last hour or 3, and more than likely had a slightly salty face. So you'll find that rat has perfectly innocently gone tested the skin and gone, oh, there's some.
Well,
but it would pierce a baby's face skin like that.
you be apologetic towards the rats. I'm going with rats are evil bastards.
No, they're not. They're not at all. Rats are wonderful little creatures. They're just very misunderstood.
Evil bastards. Carry the plague, Pete. They carry the plague.
It's been proved by many times that it wasn't them that carried the plague.
It was the fleas on the rats.
But it wasn't the rats, it was the fleas.
Well, still. Rattus has got a lot to answer for.
Nah. Yeah, sewer rats, gross, dirty, nasty, but rats in general, it's a shame they get tarred with that brush because they're not like that.
Didn't you have rats, Mike?
Yeah.
They used to pee on your hands all the time.
Yeah, when they walk along, they pee, don't they?
Yeah, they're incontinent, but they're incredibly friendly creatures.
Oh, I don't want a pet that's incontinent.
Again, if you've got a dirty sewer rat, you don't want a dirty sewer rat pee all over the place. But if you've got a proper little house rat that's just drinking normal water and eating basically like little bits of
Muesli.
Yeah, their piss isn't exactly offensive.
Yeah.
And the tiniest little bit on it that you barely notice,
I used to cut in hives.
but you just wash your hands afterwards.
Why would you keep those pets?
They weren't mine, they were my ex's.
What was
I
you
didn't
doing
get
with your
them.
hands?
Well, she used to let them out, didn't she? And she used to walk over you. Next thing you know, you got a rat in your hand. You know.
Well, I don't like it.
Yeah, poor little kid though. It would have been horrific for the kid. Can't see him that child wanting a pet hamster in a couple of years' time.
He won't be reading The Rats as a teenager.
Nope. Okay, and finally,
Conspiracy nutters claim Reebok Classics are satanic and resemble feet of occult goat.
Can I just say that Satan, friend of the show? Hail him.
Okay. So theory that the shoes are actually related to the occult figurehead
Baphomet.
was aired on a bonkers conspiracy group on Facebook, who allege the newly released shoe is a sign of Satan himself. Okay. Religious groups have clocked the Instagram post from Reebok, which proudly displayed the collaboration with French luxury house brand Maison
Margiela?
Margiela.
Yep.
In the making of Reebok Classic leather
Decoratique.
Decortique tabby low shoe. Despite the shoe being described as construction of the shoe's core structure, others are less convinced, believing that the shoe to be a representation of satanic signs.
Can we see a shoe?
I'm
I want to see the
itching
shoe.
to see it.
I want to
Yeah.
see it.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. No, that's not. Oh, well, I see
whoa.
I see the split. That's probably really good for your feet, though.
So
Teenage
who?
Mutant Ninja
They look like
Turtles.
cloven hooves, don't
They
they?
look like hooves. Yeah, there's a split down the middle.
So you've got
So you got your big toe and the second toe down, then there's a little split, and then the three other toes on there.
No,
Why?
isn't
Or is it
just the
3
big-
and 2? 3 and 2.
Probably
No,
just
I
the big
think
toe
it's
in
the
it.
big toe and then all your other toes together because that might help. stop
Yeah,
onions
well, if you
and
think-
stuff.
You
Where-
can
So
get.
feet are getting crushed.
They are, yeah. You can get trainers where you can fit all individual toes into
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
and they have a toughened rubber. They're meant to be really good for your feet.
So people are saying these are satanic 'cause they look like
They're not
goat
fucking
feet.
satanic.
Look
Yeah.
like cloven hooves.
I understand why people say they look like hooves. I just think they look like a little fanny or something. I don't know.
Little camel toe.
Camel
Yeah.
toe shoes.
Camel
Yeah.
toe shoes. That's it.
They could actually put
More
that,
of a camel toe than a fucking goat's hoof.
Definitely more of a camel toe than a goat tooth. I agree with that.
I think they've just got to widen up the ends of shoes, and I think they could split your toes.
I might try
But do it underneath the, don't do it on top so you can see the camel toe. Do it underneath.
Did you ever get the
so you
toe
can-
socks?
Yeah, they're alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never.
Footses. Are they footses? Something like that?
I don't know. Put your toes in each
Toesies.
Yeah, toesies.
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 I've got a clue. Either way, other brands are available.
They are. Them
Yeah,
trainers
right.
meant to be good.
I just think it's a load of bollocks. What a load of bollocks.
I was like, quite excited when the headline
I
was
know.
read.
Yeah, alright. I
I was
understand.
like, I'm going to get some satanic trainers. That'd be awesome.
I understand why they look like hooves, but they don't look like goat hooves. They look fuck all like goat hooves.
Yeah, they start printing them with like a Baphomet head on the tongue of the trainer on the outside.
Yeah, and a couple of fucking
You put them in
horns.
black. You have the red logos
Dip
on
them
it.
in blood of a virgin or something. and yeah,
exactly.
fair enough.
Stick a bubble on it with blood inside. And
Like
Maybe,
they have
yeah,
done with
or
those.
certainly other red coloured liquids are available.
What was that other trainer that came out not so long back that actually had blood in it?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Did you not hear about
Oh,
That
that
was
that
the
rapper
rapper
had done
did
it.
it.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was.
Lil fucking Lil.
Lil Wayne? Nah, I don't know. Either
Or
way,
something.
he
Lil
made
prick
it. Well,
who I'd love to punch.
They were like proper satanic trainers. They had Baphomet's heads on them. And Baphomet's not technically the devil, is he? He's just the representation of
Well, he did
Satan.
that song, didn't he? That tell me what you want, tell me what you need.
I don't know.
Oh my god, the most annoying fucking song in the world. But the video to that, it is fucked up. Like he's like getting it on with Satan and shit like that. He's one of these woke fucking rappers.
I don't know, man.
He's
That
like one
sounds
of
pretty
these-
cool to me. Getting on with Satan. Satan can be a man or a woman.
All right, well we'll watch the video after this and we'll see if you still have the same opinion.
All right.
I guarantee you won't.
I'm probably going to think it's quite awesome.
You won't.
I won't.
No.
Okay.
You'll be horrified by it. If you're not, I'm disowning you.
Well, on that bombshell,
Yeah.
I'm in Ben. Thanks for listening. And oh shit.
Ah, you've done a me!
Oh,
Mike,
On that,
move on.
hang on that bombshell.
prepared it, Mike.
Don't blow up your gas pipelines.
yeah, I'll do.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out, may the force be with you.
And I've been Clair, don't go to sleep with a dog's butthole near your face.
And I've been Pete. I want me some camel toe trainers.